Hi everybody, in this solo chicken dinner, as you can see, we've got a northwest to southeast flight path, so I aim to land right up in the northeast to get as far away from everybody as I possibly can to do my playing the edge. I land a bit short, to be honest, but I decide to gear up, but then the circle is way over the other side of the island, so I do a hard shift, and I've got a video about this where I head for the edge of the other circle way over there, which does mean I've got an awful long way to go, but the big advantage of doing this is you end up with not many enemies behind you. It's very risky because you can you can kill yourself or bump into trees or just run into enemies. I wouldn't recommend doing this in squads, to be honest, because a whole squad can take you out. Now when I get there though, to the other side, and I think, alright, nobody's here, lo and behold, I don't know what this joker's doing. He kind of, I don't know, he kind of just jumped up in the air. I don't know. So anyway, he enabled me to then get kitted up where he was. So I ended up with a 416 with a suppressor on a 4x as my distance weapon and an ump as my close-up weapon. Tried out the Bison. I haven't really gone with the Bison. I think it's a little bit underpowered, you know. It might be good up... Well, actually I don't think it is good up close. So this guy starts shooting at me. You could probably hear me drinking a cup of tea. At that exact moment I was drinking and he started firing at me. And I was like, whoa, you hear me talking to myself there as well. So he charges at me coming down this hill. So I don't know what, again, I'm not sure what he's doing. He kind of peeks. So I decided to give him a bit of the old grenade, just to see if we can, you know, force him out of cover. Which he kind of does, and I get him. By the way, we're now into the last 10 minutes. I know there's normally not this much action this part of the game for me. So what we're going to be discussing now is kind of the final circle tactics, what I'm thinking as I'm going through. So I start looking at this guy's kit. I'm pretty happy with my ump and my 416, especially with the suppressor on it. And I'm like, okay, so there's 10 people left, including me. You know, we're into the final game. I take the med kit because there's a daily challenge for taking med kits. Pick up my first aids, and then I'll be ready to go. Now you may well be saying, Rob, what's this title of this video? You know, the last d23e chicken dinner. Well, you might be saying, well, what's d23e? Well, you have to look at my old videos, but basically d23e is the way that I play PUBG in terms of the strategy I use, which D23 comes from Erangel and Miramar, which stands for drive to the third circle and then play the edge. Because on Erangel and Miramar, if you want to play the edge on those big maps, you need a vehicle. And what you do is, in essence, you look at the flight path of the plane and you jump out to get as far away from the plane as you can to loot up safely and then come back into the circle. And as I say, on Miramar and Erangel, that means getting a vehicle. On Vikendi and definitely Sandhawk, you know, you don't need to worry about vehicles very often. Sometimes you do on Vikendi, like in that case, where a hard shift was necessary. But really, from this point onwards, I'm probably, in fact, I'm going to be changing my play style. Not because I think that D23 doesn't work. It definitely works for me. Currently, I've got about a 10% win rate in solos. I mainly play solos all the time. But what I want to do is try this experiment where I'm not sure how hot I'm going to drop. I'm not going to be dropping like in the right on the flight path on the big towns. You know, I'm not going to be doing hot drops like that because I think the PlayStation and the Xbox and probably PCs as well, it's very random if you decide to drop that hot. See this guy sees me, so I decide that discretion is the better part of valor, and out of the way. And then, especially on the PlayStation Xbox, there's a lot of random if you decide to drop very hot because the frame rate's slowed down. The netcode isn't... I don't think it's the netcode. I think it's the consoles aren't really powerful enough to handle like 30 people in the same place all shooting each other. And it's a bit random whether you're gonna win or not. So I won't be dropping hot like that, but I will be dropping hotter than I do. And I'll probably be playing, if not the centre, playing the centre third of the map rather than the edge. Because I feel the meta of the game has changed a lot, especially on the Xbox, whereby lots of people are starting to drop long now, which means that you bump into a lot more people on the edges of the circle, and I want to see if it's a more effective strategy to come in earlier and play the early sort of the centre kind of the circle. But we'll see. I'm going to give that a go over the next few weeks and see what happens. Plus, I'm going to be chasing quite a lot of the Vikendi Pass missions, which involve dropping at places like Castle and getting a kill, and dropping at there's a few other places where you need to drop and get a kill. Anyway, we're into the last 5 minutes now, so I hear some gunfire just up ahead. So I decided to go and investigate to see if there's an easy kill on the cards. What I'm looking for here is someone's just killed someone and they make the mistake of trying to loot their body. Then obviously I can just kill them. Now I'm not going to go rushing around. There's some smoke there, so some shenanigans has been on the cards, but I'm just using third person just to peek around. Now I can't see anything, but I know someone's over there, so it would be a mistake just to run round there, because they would probably hear me coming, they would get prepared, and I could die. So what I decide to do now is to head back the way I've come and loop into the circle that way. I'm giving up the height advantage because I'm dropping down the hill, but there's plenty of trees for cover. And again, I'm looking behind myself. On Vikendi we have footprints, so you've got to be careful, people can track you very easy. But I'm just going to loop in this way, taking advantage of the slow blue that you get on Vikendi to really come in away from those buildings. And just what I'm doing now is I'm scanning from tree to tree. Is there anybody hiding behind a tree? Is anybody on the ground by a tree? Just dropping a marker in there just to see if I can see anybody, so I don't run into them. Very close now. So again, on Vikendi, you don't need to push too far. Right, I see that chap over there, so I know I've got a 416 suppressor on. Let's aim him up. Nope. Wait for him to stay still so I can be guaranteed a kill. Someone shoots at him here, and then he decides to go prone. So I think, right, he's gone prone. Let's get him with the 416. I know I'm not going to give away my position because I've got the suppressor. So now I go down to this rock, because if you see where the circle is, I'm in here. Now, I can hear people in front of me in these buildings, but I'm very conscious that I think there's someone up to my right. Remember that guy who climbed over the logs and threw the Molotov at me? I'm thinking there's got to be a guy up there. There's 3 people left now. There's me, probably someone in those buildings there, and someone up there. That's what I'm thinking anyway. That's what I'm thinking. Someone up there. I don't want to get shot in the back. But I've got this nice little bit of cover down here. So I'm just again using third person to have a really good look around. I'm just listening out. Can I hear footsteps? Can I hear weapons? Can I hear somebody taking a painkiller or an energy drink? And I can't really see anything. So I'm thinking, okay, so what's my next move? I'm not a big fan of attacking houses in solos by yourself, because someone could be just in the corner standing on a shelf and they just see you running and they just black you. So I'd rather not go that way. I'm nervous about going up the hill because I think someone's there. But as it comes to it, I think probably having a height advantage is better than risking going down. So I decide to go right and go up the hill and then look at the trees as I'm running along to see if there's anybody hiding behind those trees. I'll black them, I'll assault their position. So I'm going back towards the blue to loop around, so then I can come back down into the circle. But as I'm running around here, I can't see anybody behind any of these trees. Where are they? There's nobody there. There could be someone behind that rock over on my far right, but they wouldn't be in the circle. So I'm looking down, so I'm thinking, right, so maybe the 2 people are down there, But again, I'm still looking around because I'm hedging my bets. Where is somebody? Where is somebody? Where are they? There's only 2 people left and me, so they've got to be around here somewhere. And then, bang, right, I take a hit, I'm not dead, so I know there's definitely one guy down in those buildings. I know he definitely can't see me now, and I use this advantage just to move up and get right up tight on this tree. I don't know where he is. I know he's somewhere in that building. He could be... What you can do in buildings, if you back away from the windows and go prone, you can almost hide in the shadows and shoot people from outside. So I'm just... The circles come in. Right, I know there's nobody on my side of the circle now. I've got the height advantage. These other 2 people must be down there. So I think, right, let's just throw out a Molotov just for luck. just in case they're down there. Pretty bit of a crap Molotov, to be honest. Not very good at throwing them. So now I'm thinking, right, I want to get the full boost. The next circle is the one where it disappears. I still think that maybe there's somebody there, just in case. But now I'm starting to think, well, maybe they're both down there. Now, this is very good at this point. Heart is beating, hands are getting sweaty. My next move is to get boosted again and think about that rock on my right, because that's a good position. Because I know they're going to have to break out of that building if they want to try and stay in the circle. Because the blue's going to completely disappear now. And it's going to be who's got the most meds or who kills the other players. So this is a very patient game. You never used to get this in PUBG. Remember months, you know, when the game first came out, I can't remember having a chicken dinner probably for the first 3 or 4 months that involved the blue completely disappearing. But the blue is about to disappear. I'm almost at full boost, so I'm in a good position. Gunfire from down the hill. Someone shoots somebody, so I know where he is. Use the advantage. Let's get down on the rock. Let's get a good position. I can use the rock for height. He's got to come out. Let's see. Let's wait. Let's wait. Where is he? He's got to come to me. Has to come to me. Keep looking. There he is. You know, there we go. Chicken dinner. So, chicken dinner. Got any questions or comments? Put them down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like, want to see more, subscribe. And I will see you again soon.